And thank you for joining me on the Time Is Always Now podcast. My name is Terence Young, and I am your host for the podcast. A podcast dedicated to helping people get beyond their excuses. Helping people get beyond saying, I'm waiting on the right time. I'm waiting for all the circumstances to line right up before I move forward to change my life for the better. Helping people internalize and helping people realize that the only time we have is now. And I am here to help people harness their power in the eternal moment of now. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. If you would like to donate to the cause, always remember you can go to my website, terenceyoungnow.com. Thank you for helping me and allowing me and assisting me and continuing to give these messages of hope, these encouraging messages, these thought-provoking messages, these inspiring messages that need to get out to the masses, need to get out to the people, to move and change the world for the better, one life at a time. So thank you in advance for that. I'm super excited. Obviously, we have a lot going on in our world today. It's hard to even think about doing an episode of the podcast without at least bringing up what's going on in our world today, the coronavirus, and what's happening with it, how it's changing our lives immensely. I don't think there's a piece of the population now that's not affected in some way by what's going on with the coronavirus. I mean, we're all affected. If you're not directly affected, if you're not actually sick, it doesn't matter. You either know someone is sick or it's affecting you in a financial way because of what's happening with our systems and everything being shut down. I live in the Tampa Bay area of Florida. And so for our state, they just recently shut down all bars and restaurants. They're only all bars are shut down, and then restaurants are only drive-through. And I think for a lot of you, no matter where you are in the country, it's about the same way. And so it's affecting. Imagine how it's affecting those people's lives, their jobs. Some people are losing their jobs. So there's so much to be thinking about. There's so many distractions and things that can cause you to worry, cause you to be concerned, as I talked about last week, and totally understandable. What I want to share today, and I'm excited about going into this podcast. On Saturday, I go for my run. I typically run every single Saturday, and as I was doing my run, and then afterwards I do Saturday morning sunrise for some of you who know, and just give a little bit of an inspiration that morning, every Saturday morning as we're getting up. And that morning, I decided to focus on getting outside of our comfort zone. And I thought, as I was going into it, I thought, wow, this time in history, right now, there's no better time to focus on getting outside of your comfort zone. Why? Because, well, we've all been pushed outside of our comfort zone, right? We've all been forced outside of our comfort zone. See, the thing about it is, and I teach this, is you want to purposely push yourself outside of your comfort zone on a regular basis. We all need to do that, right? We all want to do that. I shouldn't say we all want to do that. We all need to do that. But many of us stay inside this little bubble in our comfort zone. And I shared this, and I'll share it again. There's a meme that goes around, and it shows a little circle, and that's where you are. That's your comfort zone. But then outside of that is where the magic happens. The magic always happens outside of where you're comfortable at. And the great thing to understand about this concept is, as you grow, as you go outside of your comfort zone grows. So you have to continue. You have to continue to expand your comfort zone. It doesn't matter what level you're at, right? For me as a speaker, yes, I have a certain clients that I go to on a regular basis, but I still have to expand my comfort zone. I have a level of where I'm very comfortable at. But if I want to go to the next level, well, I've got to expand my comfort zone. And it goes back into being comfortable with being uncomfortable. comfortable. Yeah. Have you heard that one before? Get comfortable being uncomfortable. And we've been thrust into that. Everyone in the world has been thrust into this now, where we're uncomfortable in some way, but we have to figure out a way to be comfortable within it. I always share this. I'm a runner. Many of you know that. And when I'm out running, I have to embrace the fact that it's going to be uncomfortable. I know for some of you, you're like, I never run a day in my life. If I'm running, that somebody's chasing me. I get it. But if you are a runner, or it doesn't matter what you're doing, whatever kind of exercise it is, running is just easy to put it in my mindset for me. And hopefully some of you can grasp this. It's always going to be hard. Like, it doesn't, when you go out and run, I can run 1 mile. And I run marathons, by the way. I can run 1 mile. And I can feel like I want to stop, but I don't. So I run that 5, or that 10, or that 18, or that 20, or whatever the case may be. When I'm out racing, say a 5K, it's gonna hurt. I know it's gonna be uncomfortable, but I do it anyway. Why? Because I have a goal in mind. I realize that what I want to do, I'm gonna have to be uncomfortable to get to where I want to be. When I'm running a marathon and I'm on the last 10K, that's the last 6.2 miles. I don't care who you are. I don't care what level runner you are. Ask any of them. The last 10K of a marathon hurt. Oh my God, it's so tough. It's so uncomfortable. But why do we do it? We have a goal in mind. We have something we want to reach. So we know we're prepared as well as we can for that uncomfortableness. And we go forward anyway. We get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Well, here we are today, my friends. We're in the midst of something that I've never witnessed or been through in my lifetime, and I'm sure most of you feel the same way or would say the same thing. We're uncomfortable. I know I'm uncomfortable. I'm assuming you are too. So what I want to do is share today with you some ways that we can get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Some ways that we can deal with the stress, the anxiety that's brought on, that we allow to be brought on by this situation. Understandably so. But still, remember, nothing outside truly can affect you when you bring that peace from inside. We allow things to affect us, but we don't have to. So what can we do to get comfortable with being uncomfortable in this situation? What can we do to not only get comfortable with it, what can we do to make the most of it? Right? I always talk about seeing things from a different perspective. And that's so important. Seeing things from a different perspective. You know, maybe there's an opportunity within this challenge. How about we just take that maybe off? There's always an opportunity within every challenge. It depends on if you're looking for it, right? That's the key. Are you looking for the challenge? Are you looking for the opportunity within the challenge that you're going through? Within the valley that you're traveling through? Right? Are you looking for that within the troubles that are in your life right now? Are you looking for the opportunity in there? Because as the Bible says, if you look, if you seek, you shall find. So how? How do we get comfortable with being uncomfortable in this situation? How do we make the most of this, not challenge, not problem? How do we make the most of this opportunity? How about we change the way we look at it and we call it an opportunity to do some things differently, to change some things up? See, the universe has already pushed us out and said, oh, you're going to do some things differently because you have to now. We're in a situation where we have to now. We've been forced to do things differently. I want to share some things with you and then share some insights on how we can do things differently now, but then take the knowledge, the experience that we've gained from this experience and move it forward to not when we're forced to do it, but we do it because we want to do it, because we want to push ourselves outside of that comfort zone. We want to grow, we want to expand, we want to become more of who we are, a better person, a better light of God so that everyone else can see it too. So here are some ways how we can get comfortable with being uncomfortable, how we can make the most of this situation. one of the most easiest ones to think of is this. Number one, spend more time with your family. Spend more time with your family. How about that? I mean, how many times have you do people go around and they don't actually spend time with their family? They may call, they may maybe send a text message every now and then, and I mean, obviously the people that you live with, you're not supposed to be traveling around and having huge groups, but your family, your immediate family. Let me give you an example. Have a board game night. How about that? When my children were little, we had board game nights. We would literally break out the board games, Scrabble, whatever, parents. I think I had Twister at one time too. We had a blast playing board games. It was so much fun. I remember doing that. And of course, as they got older, the electronics took over and things like that. But now, with us all being home together, use this as a time to connect with your loved ones. Connect with your spouse, connect with your kids on a more personable level, so they're not staring at that cell phone all the time. Play a board game night. Spend some time with your family. Number two, how about this? Organize your home. I think a lot of you are already doing this. I'm doing it myself. Organize and clean your home. Clean that garage up, right? One of my friends, Delator McNeil, posted a video the other day. He was purging. Get rid of some of that stuff in your closet that you haven't worn in years, or whatever the case may be. Do some of those things when you're home. You're home all day anyway. You might as well do it, right? So change some things up. Clean up the house. Purge. Clean the garage. Do all those things that you don't have time to do on a regular basis. Now you've been forced to have the time to do it. So go ahead and do it. I love this. And I teach meditation. I do meditation all the time. But meditate. You're home a lot more than normally. So how about attempting or doing, I shouldn't say attempting, doing some meditation. Some of you that know me and are spiritually inclined already do meditation. Some of you may not. But all it is connecting with the God that's inside of you. That's what meditation is. Connecting with the God inside of you, listening to what God has to say to you. Yeah, praying is talking to God. Meditation is listening to God, listening to what God has to say. I'm going to share this with you. 3 different types of meditation. Mindfulness. First type, mindfulness meditation, getting into a peaceful state, wherever that may be for you. Right? If it needs to be a quiet spot in your room, great. If it's outside of the park, great. Whatever works for you. Getting into a peaceful state and letting your mind go. Letting it release all anxieties and everything away. And just being in that moment and feeling the presence of God come over you. Just do that. Just allow that peace to go into your body. Allow it. If you simply be quiet, you'll hear it. You'll feel it. You'll feel the presence of God come over you. Mindfulness. Our next one is mantra. Mantra meditation. Mantra meditation is thinking of a specific mantra and then saying that mantra over and over and over again. Maybe a good mantra for this time is, I am whole, I am healthy, I am at peace. And repeating that. I am whole, I am healthy, I am at peace. I am whole. I am healthy. I am at peace. Continue that mantra. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever works for you. That will help bring peace into your own being and help you exude that peace back out into the world, because Lord knows we need it. We need more peace. We need to slow down the anxiety and the fear and bring more peace into this world. And it starts with you and me. That's where it starts, bringing peace back in. Breath awareness, 3rd type of meditation. This is where you're concentrating on your breathing. You can use this in any type of meditation to get yourself into a meditative state. But one of the most important things that I teach when I'm going into meditation is this. If you want to slow everything down in the world, concentrate on your breathing. It's amazing what you can experience when you just slow down and concentrate on your breathing. Try it for once. Try it for once. Just slow down and recognize your breaths. And then when you get into a meditative state, get to the point where you're flowing, then you'll recognize that you don't have to concentrate on breathing at all. The presence of God is breathing through you. It just happens. If you want to find a way to get into a meditative state, concentrate on your breathing. That will bring you to that place. If you're unfamiliar with meditation, that's the first place I would encourage you to start. Get in a quiet place. Get in a place that you feel comfortable with. Slow down and concentrate on your breathing. 3 different types of meditation there. I tell people all the time, I use a mindfulness meditation, but a lot of times I do it when I'm running. A lot of times I do, especially on a long run, maybe 10, 12, 15 miles or more. I can get into a meditative state where I am in complete alignment with Source, with the universe, with my God. It is so, so powerful. Now that's what works for me. Maybe something else works for you. The important thing is this. This is about spirituality. It's not about what works for somebody else. It's all about how do you connect with your God, with your spirit, with the I am that's inside of you. That's what's most important. So meditation, another way to bring peace to the situation, another way to experience this in another way, to make the most of this situation. Number 5, exercise. As I was just saying, running. I'm still going and running like each and every day. I see lots of people, tons of people on social media, exercising and lifting and whatever the case may be. That is so important. It's not, and here's the thing, it's important anyway, whether we were going through this or not. But I think if you're not someone who's used to exercising, this is a great time to start. Get comfortable being uncomfortable by doing those, sit-ups in your living room or in your back porch or whatever the case may be. Push-up, there's a push-up challenge going on right now. I think someone sent it to me. But all kinds of things. But it's nice that we can share these things via social media, not in groups. Be in your own home, you can still exercise. It's a great way to take advantage of this opportunity that we have right now. Again, switching the way we look at it, changing the way we look at it, and experiencing it differently. Take advantage of it. Or maybe you can be at home. Here's the last one I'm going to share with you today. Work on that business plan that you've been talking about for 10 years, or 5 years, or 20 years, or whatever the case may be. Work on that business plan. What was that thing that you said you wanted to do? Maybe you said you wanted to do it at the beginning of 2020, but hey, 2020 threw us a curveball, right? A lot of things are going on at the beginning of 2020, so maybe you never started that business plan. Well, guess what? You're home now. You got time on your hands. Go in the office, home office, whatever the case may be, corner in your room, whatever you need to do, start working on that business plan. Start designing how you're going to create the next whatever that is for you. You have the time. You have the opportunity. It's been given to you. Get comfortable being uncomfortable and creating that business plan, and utilize this time, utilize this opportunity that you've been given to do something new. It's all about the way we look at it. It's all about the way we look at it. We have to get outside of our comfort zone, and frankly, you're already there, my friends. So why not do something with it while you're there? And if you do that, if you move outside of your comfort zone while you've been given this opportunity that the universe has given us to be home while we're dealing with this pandemic that we're dealing with, use that opportunity. If you do that, if you make the most of it, if you rise above it and create something new, get comfortable with being uncomfortable inside of this, that will change your life. And you can unequivocally say, I own the now, and I have won. I appreciate you listening today. I appreciate you sharing this message, getting it out to the masses, getting it out to the people. Thank you for listening. My name is T.Y. I'm signing off. And remember, the time is always now.